around you.
And Blackhawks, don't they have, I'm not sure if it's called transponders, don't they have equipment that gives warning about other aircraft? And I think it can be turned on or off, or on some missions it might not be on, but is that potentially something that might not have been on?
So we just heard the airline pilot talk about the system called TCAS, Terminal Collision Avoidance System. TCAS is a piece of equipment that's mounted on typically your airliners, and yes, it can interact with the transponders that are on Black Hawk helicopters. But as we just heard, that system is disabled once you get below certain altitudes for the airliners. And so it's entirely possible that all of the equipment was functioning normally, but because of the low altitudes here, even though those systems were interacting with each other, they might not have given an advisory to the airline pilots of a potential collision. But yes, Blackhawks do have a transponder. It typically is equipped with Mode C, so that's that altitude readout.
We heard air traffic controller talking to the helicopter pilot. Are military aircraft exempt from FAA or air traffic control rules, or how does that work?
No, so when you're a military aircraft and you're operating in the national airspace, you have to comply with national airspace standards. And so you're going to be on a frequency, particularly in Class B airspace, like is around Reagan National Airport. You're going to be talking to air traffic control. They're going to be talking back to you. You're not actually allowed to even enter the airspace until you have that positive communication with air traffic control.
I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Abby?
Thank you, Anderson. Next, recovery efforts are over for the night, with officials saying the shallow river water is making everything incredibly difficult to recover those bodies that are still underwater. We're going to speak to a rescue diver who can explain all the perils that they face.
Kobe didn't want to be one of the all-time greats. He wanted to be the best.
He may be the one to self-sabotage everything he's ever wanted.
That's when the Black Mamba was born.
Kobe, the making of a legend. Saturday at 9 on CNN.
Got this.
Hey, Susan Toothbrush. Big interview, huh? Nice new suit, new haircut, ancient bristle stick. Make the Sonicare switch. All right, now I'm gonna knock him dead, boss. Can I get the Wi-Fi? I'm gonna hang here. At Morgan Stanley, old school hard work meets bold new thinking. To help you see untapped possibilities and relentlessly work with you to make them real.
For generations, this ally to the north has been by your side. Ontario, Canada. A partner connected by shared history, shared values, and a shared vision for what we can achieve together. Stable and secure.
What's up? Boo! Woo! It's a little cold here in LA. By the way, this will not be a 2-hour stream tonight. Last night was out of control. We got some all-stars in the stream right now. Dr. Nova, Moses, Kip Smith on the ones and twosies. Good evening, good evening. I'm not in quite as good of a mood as I was last night, as the Kings have been shut out again. But that's okay. Man, there were some unfunny trolls in the stream last night. I don't mind a good troll, but man. At least, whoa, even Lois, she's checking in. Even Lois was not feeling it last night. So I hope you guys are well. I know you guys are already subscribed. So let's get to business. Kind of sick of watching all the news about the plane crash. I mean, like I said, I don't mind trolls, because I've never really met a troll that was as funny as me. Are you going to watch OJ Netflix series? I feel like I mean, not really. I no, I take that back. I'll watch it, but like, what do unless you have a new witness or something, it's just gonna be a regurgitation of the same shit. DA in the house. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't drink, so in terms of is it cool to drink Bud Light? I mean, I don't really. Me personally, I don't care if you do or don't. But yeah, the OJ thing. It's. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I still feel like I did in '94. What is that? 30 years? Is that 30 years that trial was? No, I guess the murder was 30 years ago, and then the trial was 28 years. But I mean, it's common sense, and I don't care that OJ was black. To me, race ain't the issue here. I mean, it's you have this was a crime of passion, and I think some study was like usually when a husband or wife is killed, it's like 95% always the spouse. So I just don't think. I mean, whoever killed them, especially Nicole, they wanted her to feel it. And who else would want that? This wasn't fucking Colombian drug dealers. I mean, they must have something new. I mean, I don't think anyone at Netflix, they don't fuck around at Netflix. Um, but there's got to be some new angle they're hitting it with. But I don't know. I don't know what that angle is. I haven't. When is that documentary out? I'm not sure. I'm not really. I gotta. I mean, I'm. Oh, it's out now. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll check it out. I mean, I'll probably watch it just to kill time. But like you said, it just what. There's nothing new that could come out. And listen, they're dirty cops out there for sure. But, I think what a lot of people didn't really um, look at was, the cops loved OJ. Most cops, not all, but most cops played high school football at the minimum, and probably 30 to 40% played college ball. And so OJ to them at that time, if you were an adult cop in '94, you probably grew up watching OJ play football. They loved him. I mean, how many times were they called to his house for domestic violence? Something like 21 times or something crazy like that. He was never once arrested. Whereas if that's you or me, we're arrested the first time. What a Rudy. So, yeah, and rich people do get away with shit, 100%. I mean, his legal defense was, we may never see another team of lawyers like that ever again. I mean, it really was the best forensic defense attorneys, the best cross-examining defense attorneys. I mean, the best of the best going against basically public defenders. So, but I never really thought that because the glove didn't fit, you must have quit. You could still kill someone if the glove's a little tight. And although the cops may not have handled the evidence 100% as they should have, there was just too much pointing at OJ and nobody else. So, that's how I believe it. I mean, there's just, and he acted guilty. After the Peter Chicken Man Brennan. When will Bryce Mitchell go on? I'll have Bryce Mitchell on the Earlverse stream to get some numbers. Super chat me the money, honey. So Hitler was a good dude. I mean, Hitler was a draw. Hello. But you know, I just think that, OJ, when I say he acted guilty after the fact, he never did anything to look for the real killers. You're not, I mean, I don't have a wife, but if someone killed, if I was married or a girlfriend, um, I would spend every living, breathing moment of my life trying to find the real killers, not playing fucking golf with your buddies. That told me right there he was guilty. Um, Best buddy cop. I mean, Lethal Weapon, the first Lethal Weapon. I don't think anything comes close to the first Lethal Weapon movie. I don't really like all the others, but that first Lethal Weapon. I mean, and I would say I mean, Dirty Harry was kind of Eastwood alone, but the second Dirty Harry, I think it was Magnum Force when he had the black partner, the guy with the afro, who I believe was in RoboCop as well. He played one of the executives in RoboCop. I wish I knew his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. But that was Magnum Force was kind of a buddy cop movie. So, yeah, 100% Rudy. Um, but I mean, if you watch Magnum Force, I mean, obviously it's a Dirty Harry movie, so it's not billed as Dirty Harry and Crazy Larry, but it was essentially a buddy cop movie. I mean, really, the first Dirty Harry movie with Rennie Santoni, who ended up being in Cobra with the killer from the first Dirty Harry movie, Andrew Robinson. That was kind of a buddy cop movie. I mean, they always stuck Clint Eastwood with a partner, and I think the third Dirty Harry movie, the one where the killers kidnapped the mayor of San Francisco, and Dirty Harry takes on a partner, Tyne Daly. That was kind of a buddy cop movie. So really, a lot of the early Dirty Harry movies did it. See, I disagree. Yeah, OJ thought the killer was on the fourth hole at some public golf course in Florida. See, I disagree, Moses. Um, I think OJ did it. The sun might have helped him, but yeah. I mean, but I guess my point was I mean, if you're going for a straight, what's the best buddy cop movie? The first Lethal Weapon. It's not even close. But now that I think about it, really the first three Dirty Harry movies were buddy cop movies. The first one, he was a partner with Rennie Santoni. Second one, he was a partner with the black dude from RoboCop, and they had a great chemistry. And the third one with Tyne Daly, it was pretty much a buddy cop movie. So that would be my answer. Uh, yeah, I didn't see that one, Axel. What up? What up? Rush Hour. I never saw Rush Hour. Fred Gwynn and Al Lewis. I don't think that was I guess The Munsters was a buddy cop movie. I'm trying to think of other buddy cop movies. Well, this is kind of cheating because it was really, once again, it's another Clint Eastwood movie, and you never really hear about this movie, The Gauntlet, which was basically a Dirty Harry movie, but the plot was slightly changed, where Clint Eastwood is a down and out cop in Las Vegas, and he's paired with Sandra Locke, who he was fucking in real life. And great movie. It's one, that's like Clint Eastwood's Nighthawks, Stallone's Nighthawks. It wasn't a bomb at the box office. I mean, it was sandwiched in between, I think, the third Dirty Harry and Escape from Alcatraz. I think the third Dirty Harry movie was 1976. Escape from Alcatraz was 1978. So The Gauntlet was in 1977, I think. That's a very good buddy cop movie. I mean, kind of. I mean, Sandra Locke plays a prisoner in it, but it's basically like the Defiant Ones. They're stuck with each other. Um, I think 64 Q-Tip, 64. So, and then, I'm trying to think of some buddy cop movies from the 80s. Uh, yeah, I mean, Deadpool, but in Deadpool, he didn't really have a partner. And in Magnum Force, he didn't really have a partner. Um, my buddy's stepdad was special effects on Escape from Alcatraz. Okay. I never saw Black Rain. Are you wearing smart glasses? I know it looks like I am, Q-Tip, but what you are seeing is the glare from my computer screen behind the phone. Let me see if I could help it out a little bit. I mean, unfortunately, it's not going to be that good, to be honest with you. Let's see if I can close all the windows and see. Oh, I guess it's a little better, not much. Um, Never saw Night Patrol. I'm trying to think of some ones from the 80s. Kate Capshaw was looking good. I mean, best buddy cop TV series. You got to go with Miami Vice. But in terms of movies, I mean, really, I don't want to say it's the best buddy cop, but Cobra was kind of a buddy cop movie. Stallone and of course from Dirty Harry, Rennie Santoni. Yeah, Bad Boys is pretty good. I like the first one better than the second one. Um, I don't think RoboCop was marketed to kids. Uh, well, thank you, Ashlyn. I mean, I don't know if I'm the greatest YouTuber in the world. Yeah, I'll buy that for $1. Um, I'm watching. I didn't want to watch it. A Q-Tip. I didn't want to like it. Yeah, Tango and Cash is a good buddy cop movie. The Unknown Comic, Old School. Running Scared was a good buddy cop movie. Yeah, Adrienne Barbeau. Like she even had nice tits in Sons of Anarchy. Um, yeah, Rennie Santoni. I don't know if he's retired from acting. By the way, happy birthday to Gene Hackman, 95 years old, man. And when he dies, and I hope it's not anytime soon, but I'll be sad. Like he's one of my favorite. Him and John Glover are probably my two favorite actors. But that's a good. I mean, RoboCop. Yeah, I guess you could say RoboCop was a buddy cop movie, especially the first one, where they really concentrated on the dynamic between Peter Weller and Nancy Allen. Yeah, Red Heat. Um, Queen on. The movies sucked. Yeah, I didn't like outside of Rob Riggle. I thought he was a good bad guy. Um, yeah, I mean, Gene Hackman's death will hit me hard because he kind of reminds me of my dad. And he's in so many great movies, Hoosiers, Uncommon Valor, Poseidon Adventure. That will hit me when he goes. But who knows? The way if I'm flying out of Reagan National, I might go before he does. Stallone, it will hit me hard when he goes. I mean, I don't think he's going to go anytime soon, but um, yeah, I mean Clint Eastwood. That'll hurt me a lot. My mom had dinner with him when she was pregnant with me and told him, "You'll never make it in this business. You're too nice." By the way, I'm watching a Clint Eastwood movie I've never seen before. Joe Kidd. I think it came out in '72. It was on randomly, and I taped it. I'm almost done with it. Robert Duvall's in it. Don Stroud, if you're familiar with who Don Stroud is, he's in it. Um, oh, I didn't know that. Who was nicer to me? What up, Iris? Who was nicer to me, Hulk Hogan or Triple H? I mean, it was both pretty equal, to be honest with you. I mean, Hulk Hogan, I was in Motorhead's dressing room, and Hulk Hogan came in, and he's saying hello to everyone, and all my friends are like pushing me to get a picture with him. I'm like, I don't want to bother him, and he's walking out the room, and people literally just shoved me into him. I said, "Hey, Mr. Hogan, can I get a picture with you?" He's like, "Sure thing, brother." And that's the picture of me with the curly, the Jew fro. Um, but uh, but yes, Yeah, maybe Clint is holding me down. Maybe he's my father. Who knows? Um, Supposedly there are only 9 different stories in the world. Not sure what that means. Yes, Don Stroud, great as the drummer in the Crickets in the Buddy Holly story. Um, I mean, I guess he should be in the Hall of Fame, but like, they're running out of people. To be honest with you, I mean, my Hall of Fame class, and it's too bad because these guys are dead. Kamala, Sid. I mean, Sid's a 2-time. I think he was a W. He's one of the few, if not the only guy to be W. Well, I guess Flair and Hogan would have been it too, but to be WWF and WCW heavyweight champ. I never got on the Rush Hour train, but I mean, I'm not saying Virgil should be in. I mean, but Coco Beware's in, so why not Virgil? I mean, they're literally, they put in like 4 to 5 people a year, and they're getting to the point now where, I mean, listen, it's a fake Hall of Fame. Let's be honest. It's not like you should say, well, Virgil wasn't that good of a wrestler. It doesn't really matter at this point. Fifth Element, man, I haven't seen that movie in a hot minute. I drive by the Olympic Auditorium 2 to 3 times a week. It's now a Korean church off the 5. I mean, they're going to run out of people soon. Of course, you've got this generation, Roman Reigns, Cena, Seth Rollins, people like that, Rhodes. But, that's going to be in 5 to 10 years. What's more likely to happen? Sonny gets removed from WWE Hall of Fame or Callan gets his name? You got to be a real bozo to get your name off the wall at the Comedy Store. I mean, D'Elia's name is still on the wall, Callan's name is still on the wall. And many other names that probably should be taken off if you account for offstage behavior are still up. Jimmy Cornette, yeah, he should be in the WWE Hall of Fame for sure. Man, I haven't seen Money Train in a minute. Chris Benoit, yeah, I mean, that's, an awful story. I mean, it's what up, Brian? Congrats to your Lightning. Good game, but Kings can't score. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think there should be one. I think they did one on Pat Patterson, though, didn't they? Why hasn't D'Elia been arrested? I mean, really, he hasn't been charged with anything. A lot of 100%. I mean, listen, I can't get mad at that, Ryan. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess his name is on the wall, Steve Lebecken. Well, I mean, I talked to Jim Cornette once when I was co-host of the Roddy Piper podcast, and Roddy was always trying to get people to know who I was. That's why I have so much love for him. He didn't have to do that. People didn't care about what I was saying on the podcast. I think, the trolls on that podcast, they didn't realize that, Roddy wanted me on there, and so did his manager. And he kept calling me a comedian, and Jim Cornette was like, I've seen your act. You got a better chance of being a Canadian. Hello. They Live is a great movie for sure. I didn't. I mean, there's tons of stories that still have yet to be tapped into. And I am absolutely watching Dark Side of the Cage, because I used to watch UFC in the early days when I would go to Best Buy and buy the VHS tape of fights that I already knew the results of from like 4 months ago. So are you and Felicia married now? We are not. But I did reach out to her last night to say, be careful out there. I mean, she's a grown woman. I'm sure she can handle her business. I don't know if Steve Lebecken was taken off the wall. Dr. Nova, hello! Surprised Earl has not flown to the desert to help her drive. I don't even know where she is, right? She's being very secretive as to where she is. So, when Superfly went to the show, all he said was, brother. I reached out to, I was not as kind. Up to Felicia. I mean, I just, are you famous? If I was famous, I'd have a lot more than 27 people in here, to be frank. I'm not famous enough where I would ask you to hit the like and subscribe button. Anyone who says they're famous isn't famous. What is this channel about? It's about stand-up comedy. It's about we don't do the God talk in here, buddy. We don't do the moon talk in here. The Alex Jones show is 2 channels to the right of me. I'm a stand-up comic and voiceover actor, so we talk a lot about comedy and cartoons and shit like that. We talk a little bit of politics. Yes. Yeah, it's just a hang, Kip Smith. Let me read that. Mick Foley's Hell in the Cell. I mean, that was a great. I don't know if I would do a whole episode about that. Vader would be good. Tony Atlas. I mean, I don't know. Ludwig Borg. I'd rather see Kamala than that. Daphne. Muhammad Hassan. I mean, I was at the WrestleMania where he was beating up Eugene. I don't know if I would do a full episode on Muhammad Hassan, to be honest with you. I mean, to me, Kamala is much more interesting. You could talk about his early days and, when he was, what was his name? Jones, something Jones, Sweet Tooth Jones or something. And then his, being brought into Mid-South at Jerry Jarrett's house. And then, his WWF run and then WCW and whatnot. I mean, you really only have very few matches to talk about Muhammad Hassan with. But I'll watch it. Well, I looked into voiceovers. Tyler, the Creator, saw me at the Comedy Store, and the Mexico. I'm really intrigued as to who you are, Chicken Man. You seem to know a fair amount about pro wrestling, as well as being you and Dr. Nova encyclopedia. Sugar Bear Harris. Thank you, Dr. Nova. Sugar Bear Harris. Tell some Ron Jeremy stories. You got to pay for those, baby. They're too long to give away for free. I mean, I've been on Roast Battles season 1, a little bit on season 2. Not as much as I would have liked. I've been on the Showtime show I'm Dying Up Here. I've been on the Netflix show Real Rob. And I'm the voice of Barry Jelly on Tyler, the Creator's The Jellies, which is on Adult Swim, HBO Max, and the Cartoon Network. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see. You could kind of do a dual. Although I do think they did something on Pat Patterson. I'm not remembering correctly. I would love to see you could kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, talking about Mel Phillips and Pat Patterson. But who are you gonna? Yeah, I mean, you're right. But unless you could track down the Ring Boys. Which you probably could, but I mean, that would be probably one of the more, that would be an episode that would absolutely need to be more researched than most. Yeah, thanks, Axel. I mean, I'm not famous, but I've worked enough on, TV shows that people, I get recognized on the street the most. Who's your favorite Whitney, Cummings or Calder? I'll go with Whitney Rice as my favorite. My girlfriend, I think in the mid-2013 to mid-2014. Me and Mark Calloway. So, yeah, check it out, Nicholas. Hit the subscribe button. I don't stream every day, but, some days I do like an epic 2-hour stream like we did last night. Tonight we're going to go about another 30 minutes. Do you think Pat Patterson and Lord Alfred Hayes molested Piper? I mean, you could definitely tell when Piper was asked about Patterson in that one interview, his body image kind of straightened up. And I remember when I did a joke about Pat Patterson on the podcast, Piper kind of straightened up as well. So, would you have I don't know what that is, Dunkin' Donuts, to be honest with you. So, I mean, listen, he was a known predator. Sid had a funny story where Pat Patterson tried to put the moves on him. You imagine trying to, if you're gay, that's fine. But, Sid strikes me as a pretty heterosexual guy. And you got enough balls to try and switch him. I mean, I don't know if I would have coitus with Madonna now. Oh, what up, kid? What up? Um, you know, I mean, I guess my skin's better than James Hetfield, but his bank account's better than mine. Yeah, you gotta, the T-Birds. I remember watching that shit, and it took me forever to figure out that shit was as fake as pro wrestling. Because I always thought it was a coincidence that the T-Birds would always win in the last 1 minute when they were down by like 3 points. But if Ralphie Valaderas, the Guatemalan Flyer, or Skinny Gwen Miller got, around the track once, they would get 4 points. And I'm like, this happens every week. They had some great bad guys in the, who was it? John Hall, the black dude. And then there was a heavyset Mexican dude who was he looked almost Cuban, but he was a good bad guy. I mean, it was pro wrestling on roller skates, bowling for dollars with Chick Hearn. That TB, you're starting to get me to wonder who you are. Yes, 100% Rat and Kiss. I'm surprised Kiss didn't come back for the fire aid relief. Imagine they're doing a fire benefit with pyro. So, yeah, I mean, that would be fun. I mean, Stephen Piercy and Warren DeMartini are reuniting with Blas Elias on drums, Matt Thorne on bass, and Carlos Cavazo. That's a good lineup. I mean, it ain't Rat, but and as much as I don't like Bobby Blotzer for knowing some of the women he's dated, he has, they've told me some stories, and both stories the girls didn't know each other. They link up. He is a great drummer for Rat, but they don't. I don't think there's ever been a band outside of maybe the Police and the Clash that hate each other as much as Rat. I liked that. Well, the singer just died, I think, last year. I like that one song, "Don't Treat Me Bad." Baby, don't treat me bad. And that's the only lyrics I know, to be honest with you. I liked those. I mean, I watched the Lakers and the Kings in the mid 80s, and they had some great commercials. They had a line, Kribari. Here's to Kribari. Great song for in between periods. Well, I mean, when William, when me, based on what I've gone through, I think the story Bolivia told would be more believable if, say, I had another girlfriend who said, Earl beat me up too. Then it's like, okay, these are two girls who don't know each other, but they have the same story. So, damn, Dinah's Chicken. Pizza Man, I remember Pizza Man in Westwood. Message held for review. This should be fun. Twisted Sister and Pee-wee's Big Adventure singing, "You're Gonna Burn in Hell." See no evil, won't you hear no evil, you're gonna burn in hell. Jobu in the chat. It's a Major League reference. Thank you very much. The great Dennis Haysbert. I think he was creepy with Whitney when we were dating. So it's taken the joy out of watching Major League a little bit. Apple Pan. I just had Apple Pan a couple weeks ago, and man, I'm telling you right now, even though it's kind of sad that I look across the street and the West Side Pavilion, which was a big mall to me as a teen, is now like a Google building, I guess. Yeah, but I knew these two girls, William, and they did not know each other, and so they would not be two girls who would get together and say, "Hey, let's link up on a story." I mean, listen, I've always said, as you know, you more than anyone know, you hear the accuser's story and you hear the accused story, and you make your own decision. And there's some things I know about that guy that although they don't prove anything, they definitely point the arrow in the direction of the girls' stories. Well, there's not a lot of openly gay wrestlers. Yeah, it's sad that Glenn Tipton, he absolutely is in, I believe. Tell us about the OnlyFans Bang Fest. I don't know. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. Some teenager called me Jumbo Jack inside a Jack in the Box in Belmont Shore. You're bored with Adam Copeland. I mean, he's I don't know. He's doing okay. I mean, he got hurt, which kind of hurt his momentum in AEW. 100%. But I just, it's weird to me that these two girls in particular, who did not know each other at all, had virtually the same, not the same story, but the same pattern of abuse. If you notice in my situation with Bolivia, not another person said, he hit me too, because I didn't hit her. So that's why her story kind of fell flat. I mean, he is old. I mean, listen, these guys. I mean, Bobby Lashley's in his 40s. I didn't realize that. So these wrestlers, you kind of, you kind of forget, you take Adam Copeland. I mean, he's got to be maybe a little younger than me, or maybe around the same age. He's got to be in his 50s. So you got to figure he's been wrestling for 30 fucking years, and that's just so much punishment on your body. So I think I wouldn't mind seeing him in a tag, either with Christian for the nostalgia reasons, or you pair him with someone like Sammy Guevara, who is younger and can do all the wacky shit. I don't know the exact situation there, William. I don't know. Oh yeah, I mean, Bobby Lashley, for a guy in his 40s, looks amazing. And yeah, it's the same thing with Bolivia, William. Like in my case, I agree with you there. Like, she never filed a police report. She never, she just told random people, like a school shooter, hey, Earl threw me down a flight of stairs. Hey, Earl threw me down a flight of stairs. And, she was just looking for one person to believe her. Not even Jeff Ross believed her. And you don't think, with all the things I said about that guy, that if there was any truth to my situation, he would have, exposed that. So, no, he's paired with MVP, who is a great speaker on the mic. Gangrel should come to AEW and start a storyline. I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to see Gangrel on AEW. Although I did do the Roast of the Iron Sheik with Gangrel, and he's never done comedy before, so he was incredibly nervous. I would say, based on my knowledge, is Haku really known as the wrestler? I would say the three toughest legit wrestlers were Haku, Steve Blackman, and Shamrock. I mean, Shamrock was an OG in UFC. So yeah, I mean, in my case, I was helped out by her line. To be honest with you. I love me some Wally George. You got that right. I just showed someone a clip of Wally George. People kind of forget about him. Yeah, I mean, Vader, I don't know if Vader was that tough. I mean, he could kick my ass, but George the Animal steals into S&M. That's a visual I really don't want. Thank you very much. But, in my case with Bolivia, I mean, I know when we dated, sorry, we're kind of jumping around stories here. Ken Patera was strong, but I don't know how good he was as a fighter. I know in my case, when we were dating, she told me 5 or 6 guys either, assaulted her, physically hit her, and verbally abused her. And I remember even when things were, for 8 months out of the year we dated, things were good. And I remember even in those 8 months, she'd always have a story about someone. And I believed her at the time because, we were dating and, I was really into her. And I thought, man, this girl's either lying to me or the most unlucky woman on planet Earth. And I knew some of the guys she said. I do believe some of them did what she said. But, like, when you're saying I threw you down a flight of stairs and there's no proof, the whole time we dated, you were never hurt. It's not like when we were dating, she showed up to Mike's or roast battle with a broken arm or bruises on her. So, what are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, Iron Sheik was kind of crazy, to be honest with you. When I walked into his roast dressed as the Ultimate Warrior, he thought I was the Ultimate Warrior and he was trying to fight me. Um, so, yeah, if UFC was big, then Shamrock's. Yeah, I mean, Shamrock, but he was legit. Abaddon, Abaddon's kind of cute to me. Yeah, Kurt Angle's legit. I mean, Lesnar almost threw Kurt Hennig through an airplane door at 30,000 feet in the air. I'd like to see Abaddon without the makeup. Uh, yeah, I mean, I mean, my ex that you guys know about after Olivia, she never really did that. She talked bad about one person. So I can only imagine what she's saying about me, but I can live. Mr. Wonderful was a tough dude. Fruit Snacks, what up? What up? So I'm gonna say, now that I think about it, let's say Haku Blackman, Shamrock, because he was a legit fucking MMA guy. And probably some of the Samoans. Samoans are pretty tough people. Um, Bull Hurley, I don't know if he was a legit tough guy. Yeah, Chiche Strongbow's, tough dude. I met Paul Orndorff at the WrestleMania at the Staples Center, and he was sitting on a couch, and he looks at me and goes, "Young man, what do you think about wrestling today?" And I'm like, "We're probably about the same age, bro." And then he looked at me, and I'm like, "Well, I think wrestling sucks today." And he looks at me and goes, "You're right." And then he introduced me to Trish Stratus, and I was like, ugh. Jordan the Lion. Who ate more food, Andre or Yokozuna? I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, I hear Andre's appetite was pretty legendary. Uh, oh, really? I'll go to Britt Baker as a dentist. Yeah, I mean, Dan Severn was, obviously, if you include him, he was absolutely a tough guy. Snuka was pretty tough. He killed one person. Uh, I think. Oh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about her to make that conclusion. Yeah, 100%. Maybe Bull Hurley should be included in there. Um, I don't think AJ Styles is coming to AEW. Uh, you don't know about what? I mean, Bruiser Brody was probably pretty tough. I mean, even though he got killed in the shower, he strikes me as someone that had that like Haku type of, anger or toughness to him if you crossed him. I don't know what you're talking about, Fruit Snacks. You don't know about what? Um, I'm trying to think. Another tough guy who's unfortunately no longer with us. Um, I like Ricochet. I don't think he should be on the mic though. Is Bad News Brown, Bad News Allen. I mean, he was a legit judoka in the '76 Olympics. So, okay, I could go without that, or sucks. Uh, yeah, Harley Race was a legit tough guy. Legion of Doom. I mean, the Road Warriors were big boys. I mean, Nikita Koloff, I don't, he was so nice, but in his prime, I don't think I'd want to cross Nikita Koloff. I thought you meant the missing link, Gates. Hello. I mean, where's the kids' tag team partner? Boing. So Jordan the Lion should be the owner of the Cincinnati Reds. I mean, I'm trying to think of other real life tough guys. Um, I mean, Butterbean. I guess you'd have to say Butterbean. Gilbert. Bam Bam, absolutely a tough guy. I mean, you get to some of those ECW guys. I mean, I wouldn't want to see Taz angry. Yeah, Big John Studd. I mean, some of those bigger boys. I mean, Bart got, yeah, he was a tough guy. How are you? Butterbean is badass. What up, Mike America? Um, I'm trying to think of some of the ECW boys. I mean, if you're looking at, okay, a fight breaks out. I mean, Sandman probably wouldn't feel any pain. You could break his jaw, he wouldn't feel it. I mean, those are the toughest guys, the ones where you can hurt and they're not going to feel it. Sergeant Slaughter, it was a great finishing move. I mean, Rick Rude, they say Rick Rude beat the shit out of the Ultimate Warrior once in the locker room, but then they say someone beat Rick Rude up in the locker room. But, Rick Rude is, I mean, he's got a great body. I don't know if he's tough or not. I mean, he's strong. He's gym strong. But, that doesn't necessarily translate to fighting. Yeah, I mean, right. Well, who else is really good at arm wrestling is the actor Kenny Johnson. He's won like multiple championships. Yeah, I mean, Wahoo McDaniels, obviously he didn't have a great body, but, he's strong as an ox. Is Feng Chao? No, Feng Chao, I believe, is in Austin. I mean, New Jack, well, yeah, I mean, New Jack is a tough man, that is for sure. I mean, Ron Simmons, yeah, he's definitely a tough guy off stage. Lincoln Hawk, 100%. I miss Jeff Danish. So do I, man. So do I. Wait, which one's the better one? I don't know what you're talking about, Emily. I'm sorry. Yes, Lincoln Hawk. Wear this for the next minute or two. And then when the trolls come in, I'll just go like this. Just kidding, just kidding. Hello. What the fuck? Trying to think of some other tough wrestler. Oh, Andre the Giant. Yeah, what about my glasses? Fruit snacks, you son of a bitch. Adrian Adonis. Oh, I don't think Adrian Adonis. Oh, who Danny Spivey was allegedly a very tough guy off stage. I don't know about that, Emily. I mean, unless you know jiu-jitsu or something. I'm trying to think who else. John Tenta, a.k.a. Earthquake. I love me some Giant Gonzalez. Remember when Sid knocked Pillman out unconscious? I think it was so funny to me that the only guy that came out to literally stop the fight and go, hey, he's really fucking hurt. They sent Giant Gonzalez out, who had bad knees, so he couldn't really get there that fast. I mean, Ivan Putski was muscular. I don't know if he was a good fighter. So that's, like the Ultimate Warrior was a fucking monster, but allegedly Rick Rude took him down pretty easy. Allegedly, Chris Jericho took Goldberg down. Now, who's bigger and stronger? The model, Rick Martel. You need a stage suit like Giant Gonzalez. I mean, Sid Vicious was a big boy, but I don't know if he was, I mean, the original question was about Haku. Now, you would think Sid Vicious would kill Haku, but, I think that, this is like an actual street fight. Who would you want in your corner? And I would probably go with Haku. I mean, yeah, Kurt Angle is a great wrestler. I never watched Lost. Yeah, William Regal stretched Goldberg in a very famous match. I don't know if I necessarily. I mean, he could probably submit you, like he could submit me. No fruit snacks. I work alone. The Red Rooster, 100%. The Red Rooster, one of the top fives. Yeah, I mean, JYD was a thick, thick man. Would you let Honky Tonk Man hit you over the head with a guitar? Probably not. What up, Cleo? No, we don't do jokes in here, Emily. Earl is packing a four. I don't know if it's 14 inches, to be frank. Um, no, I work alone, guys. You know, you can only open for me if you super chat me $20 and up. You got to show me the money, honey. Um, how much for Rikishi to do a stinky face? There's not enough money in the world for that to happen. Well, I mean, Emily, I'll have to, this isn't an open mic in here. Toughest female wrestler? That's a good question. I mean, Ronda Rousey. Have you ever seen Angeline in person? I have. She used to walk into Sports Connection when I was the front desk guy in the mornings. Sports Connection is the gym in the John Travolta movie Perfect. No, I don't do Discords. No, you don't know me, Fruit Snacks. Fruit Snacks, if you think I'd steal a joke, why don't you go to the Ray DeVito stream? I mean, really. You guys are coming in late, the trolling. Honestly, she wasn't that bad with zero makeup. But in full disclosure, I love a girl who's not wearing a stitch of makeup. No, she was a member. This was a gym where like Bubba Smith was in. This is the gym I had to kick out Bill Madlock because he was behind on his dues. I don't know about that. I mean, is Gina in here? Is Kip Smith, William Zoom, and Gina Babina in here? Fruit Snacks, I don't know what you think I'm lying about. Cleo Torres, are you my first time here? Are you really a braggart? Like, what do you think I'm going to brag about? Will we see? It's a comedy special, baby. I got to get the money, honey. I'm not doing a GoFundMe so I can bilk my fans to film my special. So I don't know. Are you trolling me, Fruit Snacks? I don't appreciate your tone in here. Well, obviously, it's not about the money. Fruit Snacks, you can do better than that. Come on now. We have our first troll who thinks they're funnier than me. So let me tell you something, Fruit Snacks. When your name's on the wall at the Comedy Store and you get to headline Saturday night shows, which is the most coveted spot there, then you can tell me I'm not funny. Do you really think you're hurting my feelings? You trolling bitch. So, I mean, I love a natural look on a girl. I mean, I don't know if she looks good with all that shit on her. Of course, I realize she's older, so she probably feels the need to put on more makeup now. But I love the no makeup look on a girl, so I thought she was attractive. Why I can't fuck Fruit Snacks up because I don't know what he looks like. If it's a he, it could be a girl. So, I mean, Fruit Snacks, you got to be funny in here, man. Like you've hit me with, you're not funny. Well, then what are you listening to me for? Well, then, Kevin, beat it. You guys all think you're going to hurt my feelings? Some two losers in this stream who I'm never going to meet probably couldn't afford to come see me at the Comedy Store. You probably couldn't afford the fucking parking. So go to Ray DeVito's stream. Go to Chad's stream. Go to Kevin's stream. Go to Carl's stream. I'm in too good of a mood. My life is too good. I don't even notice you guys because I'm too busy looking good. Thank you, Earl Sucks. Well, now I've turned Fruit Snacks into a fan, so that's how. Get the Brendan Schaub hour. You know, if you don't think I'm funny, that's cool. You know, you actually don't hurt my feelings when you say that. Uh, well, just don't fly out of Reagan Airport. See you, Cleo. Thanks for coming in. You know, if you don't think I'm funny, that's cool. Don't listen. Because when I watch a movie or when I turn on MLC or whatever, if I don't think it's funny, I turn it off. I don't stay there for another hour. I'm going to park in your parking garage and walk to the store. You, William Zoom, you could. You have that kind of clout with me. We'll do a couple more minutes, guys. You know, nice hour stream tonight. No 2-hour shenanigans tonight. When I watch you, oh, see, there you go. You look funny. I mean, dude, what are you reading a joke book right now? Slap question. You know, they haven't asked me back, so you know, I'm not going to beg to go on a free podcast. Well, thank you, Kevin. Then go watch his stream, you fucking loser. No, you cannot have my address, Fruit Snacks. I don't understand why people hate watch. I really don't. If I don't like something, I turn the channel. I don't sit there for the next hour and say to the person, "You're not funny." Comedy's subjective. Maybe, Jordan. I mean, that would be so funny. Did you borrow Milton's extras, Chen? No, I didn't. I borrowed your mom's. Like, what is going on here? No, Fruit Snacks. I don't do private shows. We don't do that here. Not for free, Mike America. I love you, Earl. Good night. I like when you do the late night stream. Take us on more walks with the pooch. Ayo. Earl, I say the same thing about people who hate on the Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, I don't like the Super Bowl halftime show. So what I do, I turn the channel, or I go walk Lois. Then I come back. This is going downhill. Deep Surface in the house. A very big tipper last night. Thank you very much. No, I don't do the OnlyFans shit. I'm not that. I mean, the trolls in here are really. I really don't. If you think I need you, you're crazy, bro. Earl's Not Safe for Work edition. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. What up? What up? BB. Yes, check out the Inappropriate Earl podcast. It's really not funny, so you guys should like it. So we'll hang out in Schaub's stream. You know, listen, if you think Schaub is funny over me, I don't want you in here. So, you know, that's all right. Yes, you are, and I appreciate that. Even the two trolls, Keffin and Fruit, hit the subscribe button. Have you ever met anyone like Jim Carrey, Eddie Murphy, people like that? I've met Jim Carrey. Jeff Ross sent the trolls. Yeah, they're unfunny, so they would write for him. Deep Surface, $2. Loved your work. Loved you on Jesse Lee Peterson interview. Thank you, Deep Surface. You are becoming a top financial contributor. And I appreciate that. Well, I don't block the trolls, if you notice that. I've let you say what you want to say. You haven't said one funny thing, to be honest with you. So, I know, here's your reply. Neither of you. I mean, I could write your trolls for you. Yes, social media everywhere, at Earl Skakel. Thank you, William Smith, for the 1s and 2s. I mean, Don Morocco, great old school heel. Better Chin, Billy Varga or Ray? Tex Cobb. Billy Varga, the Count Billy Varga, was my dad's good friend. Have you considered sleeping with a McMahon to get the money, honey, for your special? Maybe. A Shane available? When you perform, do you ever sign? You mean like sign language or sign autographs? You don't get to see that for free, baby. Show me the money, honey, Fruit Snacks. Um, I'm not going to do what do you want me to send you my dick pic for $10? Uh, Fruit snacks. Anybody? Yeah, free speech in here, baby. I let all the trolls. I do sing every now and then. No, you don't get to see that for free, Emily. Gina Bobina in the fucking house. We got the moderator hat trick. We're in the hour time period, but since Deep Surface just threw down $2, I'll do another few minutes. Respect. Um, this has been quite an interview. A lot of trolls the last couple nights, but I let you guys and girls, if there is a female troll, I let you say your piece. I don't block anyone. In the history of my stream, about a year I've been doing monetized streams. I think William Zoom has blocked one person for doing the N-word tower. We don't do that here. The mod squad, 100%. I was watching Sam Kinison footage. He was funny. Did you ever meet him? No, he was a little before my time. So, I do regret not getting to meet him. I mean, I was more of a Dice Clay guy, but we don't do that in here. Fruit snacks. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, very tough guy. A great cardio. Sting is only appearing in makeup this year only for... Yeah, it's got to be a pain in the ass to put that... he was just out here in California, but I didn't know about it. One of my favorite Holtzman bits when he sings Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills, that's where I want to live. Slick was the black manager in the WWE. I think he managed Kamala. Yeah, we don't do that in here, Emily. We don't do that here in the Earl world. The greatest neon sign in streaming. It ain't even close. I don't mind you being confused, Emily. It's all good. I don't know what's happening either, baby doll. Yeah, I'm not going to move to Austin. No thanks. I'm not going to be behind the pecking order of guys who used to park cars at the Comedy Store. No thanks. We don't talk about that stuff in here. It is the rat font. Well, I'm not gay. I mean, I could move to New York. I think my comedy would do well in New York. From what I've told. And in New York, it depends. The difference between New York and LA is like New York, if you want to make money, you go to New York. You could do 5-6 spots a night and you get paid for them all. But if you want to, make it and, comedy, you got to come out here. I mean, this is where most shows are filmed. It's just the way it is. So for Fruit Snacks, how about you leave? You wrap up. My voice is amazing, to be honest with you. All right, well, Fruit Snacks, go to work. The rat font, AYO Zinger. Got him. Hello. What are we, melting in here? Hello. Yeah. Well, the Palisades is burnt down. Malibu is burnt down. Eaton is burnt down. But, I'm lucky enough to be in West Hollywood where we did not burn down, thankfully. So I'm very lucky. A lot of my friends weren't, but, and most of the fires are contained. They're not completely out, but, it's been colder lately, which helps. So, they were laughing their ass off. I'm trying to get you more. Thank you, Mike. Listen, I'll tell you, it all starts with someone like you, and then maybe 5, 6, 10 people like you start getting me out to their friends, and that's how it happens. I mean, Tim Dillon once told me in the backstage of the green room, Earl, all you need to make it in this business is 2,000 hardcore fans. So I'm trying my best to crack the algorithm on YouTube. It's confusing to me, but I do see I have kind of hit a plateau with subscribers. I went from 2,000 to 2,900 really, not really fast, but pretty good. And now the last 100 to get to 3,000 has been a crawl. So I don't really understand why. I'm doing the same shit I was doing to grow double my channel growth in the last year. So thank you, Fruit Snacks, in all seriousness. Tim Dillon's not gay. I don't know if he's gay or not. Would you open for yeah, fuck it. Why not? But I also don't want to, 25 years into comedy, Jordan, it ain't a good look if I'm opening for people. Then I'm like the new Fraser Smith. So, um, that's just something that, all right, I don't care if you you think that affects my life, bro, if you unsubscribed. You could also hide a couple of illegal immigrants in that Jersey room, 100%. Yeah, I mean, a view's a view. I mean, obviously, I prefer most of the subscribers to be in America or Canada. So if I ever do tour with regularity, I could say, hey, come see my show. But I'll take it. I'll take it. Um, Del Rey opens for Burr. Yeah, I mean, but look at him. He's always going to be known as, oh, that's just Bill Burr's opener. I aspire to achieve more than that in life. And that's not a knock on Bill Burr. He's great, but like, it's not helping Dean. Like it's not like he's gotten on TV from it. So I don't, it's not that big of a deal to open for. I opened for Rob Schneider for 4 years. It didn't really help me. Like, yeah, you're getting in front of packed crowds, but you know, it's just, it's kind of like the road to nowhere. Look at Matt Rife's openers. They're opening up these huge gigs and they're doing open mics the next week. Look at all the people who open for Russell Peters. They're playing arenas, but all those people are there to see Russell. So I love Forever Young. That's a great song. I do lift weights. I take yoga 5 days a week, and then I lift weights on, what is it, Saturday and Sundays. So Coffee Bean or Starbucks? I go to Starbucks. I like their Impossible breakfast sandwich. So, all right, you guys. We've had a nice stream in here. I do appreciate you guys. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like doing the streams, and some of my stand-up shorts I'm really proud of. They get like 20 views, and then the next one gets 1,000. So I'm all over YouTube in terms of my stand-up viewing. Like, I don't understand how one video could get like 27 views, and then the next one gets 800. I tried being vegan when I was dating my dog's mom, and she was a very good cook. And I got real weak, so I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy. Um, Send us out on a Skakel zinger. It's never good when you ask for it. But my dog's mom is wild. What the fuck? I want your eyes, pig. Um, Let me see. You got to go on shitty Dabbleverse streams. No, I'm good on that. I go on MLC maybe once every 4 months, and that's only because I respect Kevin as a comic. So, but I'm not. I think, I don't even return Ray's call when he asked me to be on it. Why don't you dabble worse jokes? I'm just not interested in it, to be honest with you. I don't want to be the 12th guy on Thursday talking about steel toe. I just don't find it interesting. Um, well, I'm trying to leave, but you guys keep asking me questions. Yeah, I'm not doing Spurtopia. What's your opinion on Melrose, the Street or Melrose Larry Green? Um, so Earl's love is like a cannonball. He's taking aim and you're gonna fall. Well, don't hide or try and get away. You know the rules and you're gonna stay. If love's a crime, I got 1,000 schemes. I'll be the villain in your book of dreams as we go 1, 2, 3, 4. A midnight comes, I'll be at your door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, whoa, whoa, I just can't wait. I'm gonna bang, bang you. See, I'll play along. Just do an improv Kiss song, Bang, Bang, off the Crazy Nights album, produced by Ron Nevison, written by Desmond Child. I do have a good voice. Do a skateboard trick. I only do those for $100 and up. So, Moses C. Hamburger. A Bang Bang You by Kiss is the worst song ever recorded. It's up there, to be honest with you. But it is kind of a funny song. I'm trying to think. Well, my love is like a cannonball. I'm taking aim and you're gonna fall. I mean, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Kiss has worse songs. Trust me on that one. The one song on Animalized where Gene is like, bend over, baby, let me put my log in your fireplace. That is a good Kiss song, for sure. Looks like your glasses are on upside down. See, I'll read, that's relatively funny, but I like My Way. The keyboard's on My Way. I'm gonna walk like I talk and talk like I walk my way. I'm gonna go where I go. MTV know my way in the danger zone. It's a jagged edge we climb, but if you take it like stone and stand on your own, you could make the grade in time. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Mountain climbing. Melvin's doing, yeah, that is, I had that album. That was my first exposure to Nirvana, who I think did a cover of Do You Love Me? So, I mean, the Click 5, I only sing Just the Girl by the Click 5 for $15 now. I gave you a little bit. You got to pay for the rest. You got to show me the money, honey. Not you, Jordan. I just meant the other people. All right, you guys. Yeah, I mean, I know everyone can hear me. So, you losers, Jordan, you want me to end on a stream. You losers in the stream who come in here and troll me. You know what? It's the old saying in life. You like to hear someone's doing pretty good, but you don't want to hear they're doing better than you. And my whole life, I've grown up better than you. There's not a day that ends in Y where you'll ever match my success, my 9-inch hog, and my 9-figure bank account. And just remember, you losing trolls in this stream who, when I hit the X button, you're going to think about everything I'm saying. You might be next, but you'll never be first.